come from a place where I feel I can give you a solid advice because I've been doing guest blogging for the past 6 years now. Tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you today, it's not just helpful in creating a blog post, but you can use it in any form of content copy. So before you start your blog creation process, you need to create a blog outline. Now what is the blog outline? This is an outline that you prepare for your blog to avoid any misorganized writing. When you will start preparing a blog, many ideas will come into your mind and your ideas will be all over the place. So to avoid that misorganization, we create a blog outline. Even if you don't have any blog post idea, I have 3 ways to discover the perfect blog post idea. Go to this website called answer.public.com. So let's suppose you've already decided the topic, but you don't know what to write inside that blog post. Okay, you need to ignore this gentleman, please. You have to target this country, India, because this is where you're targeting your audience. You can choose any country. Let's just search the keywords. This is going to display all the keywords that people are searching for, so you can include these topics inside your blog post. Second point, research about your competitors. Let me tell you, this is going to save a lot of time. I also do this. I'll check out my competitors, like what they're posting on day-to-day basis and what are their best performing posts. You have to do the same. This is going to save you a lot of time and efforts. Third point, ask your audience. Yes, they have the most amount of knowledge of your niche. Like whenever I am in doubt, I will just go to my Instagram and I'll start asking questions like I don't have any idea what to write about. I'll just ask them. I'm always amazed looking at the amount of information they have about this niche. Your audience don't know what's lying in your content. They are going to look at the headline and then make up their mind whether to read this post or not. So therefore, it's very, very important to add call to actions in your headline and create a very powerful title. You can add the latest year in your headline. Like if you're creating a post like how to gain weight, you can write how to gain weight fast in 2020. Second, add odd numbers in your headline. I don't know, there is this psychology about odd numbers that creates attention. You can write 7 killer strategies to become content writer in 2020. Your title has a limited length, so make sure you don't exceed that length. Try to add emotions in your headline. Like those emotions should trigger your audience to click on that post. I'm going to give you an example. So let's suppose we are searching how to lose weight at home. So these are the websites that come on first page of the Google. So let's just have a look at their headlines. Most of the websites are using odd numbers, as you can see. So experts, guides and 20. So you can take an example from these websites, how they are framing their headlines. You can use emotions like fear, sadness, happiness, warnings. So whatever emotions that instigate your audience to click on the headline would work. Now that we are done with the headlines, let's jump on to the introduction part of the blog. Opening lines of your blog. This is the deciding point whether they are going to read the whole post or not. So you can start your blog post with a question. Ask your audience a question. Second, you can use the APP formula, agree, preview, promise. Let me show you how to do it. So this is the blog post that I've currently written on my website. So this is the opening paragraph of my blog and just read it carefully. I have used the APP formula. Agree, preview, promise. I have agreed to the pain point. I've explained how to come out of this problem, and I have also made the promise that by the end of this blog post you'll be able to create a masterpiece of content. Add short paragraphs and bullet points in your post. It's easier for your audience to read and it does not bore them. So try to break those bigger paragraphs into smaller ones and add bullet points in your post. Make proper use of the heading tags H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and so on. This is definitely going to help you for the SEO purpose and help you to rank in the search engines for the top pages of Google. So don't forget to optimize your images, like add alt text, image captions and everything that is required for the SEO. So right now I'm inside the WordPress editor, and when you will click on this image, on the right hand side you're going to add alt text. If you want your images to be ranked in Google, you need to optimize all your images like this. Don't forget to add call to action at the end of your post and in the last paragraph of your post. It's very important. What action do you want your audience to take? Do not do the mistake of stealing the images from the internet. If it's not free, do not do that. If you want to do it, first take their permission and don't forget to give the credits. Create a proper schedule when you will publish your blog post. It's very important to maintain a consistency. It does not matter if you post even once in a week, but to maintain that consistency is important. Your audience should know when you are going to publish a next blog post so that you don't keep them waiting. Don't forget to create a proper email opt-in form for your users. Data is gold, guys, so don't forget to collect the email address. You want to build a long-term relationship with your audience. You want them to keep on coming. You don't want them to forget you. So make sure you collect the email address. Whenever you publish a new blog post, a reminder will go to their email reminding them that new post is live so that they can have a look. They're already consuming a lot of content on the internet, so make sure you're not left behind and let them know that you're still alive. Try to add relatable content in your post. You can talk about your success story, your failure stories. Like for example, you can talk about how your parents did not approve of your career decision first. So some of your audience would be able to relate to that thing. So you can try adding that kind of content in your post. Add analogies in your content. Try to create a connection. This is how you do it. So I'm using this analogy, life is full of colors. So I'm comparing life to a rainbow. And I've also compared like target audience to your spouse and your boss to a search engine. You can also create a controversial post only if you know how to pull it off nicely and politely. By no means generate hate. As a content creator, when you produce content online, you have a certain responsibility towards your audience. Make sure you don't misuse that. So if you have a viewpoint that does not goes with the majority, a solid proof to back up your argument. You should know who is your target audience. If you don't know who is your target audience, your content is a waste of time. Know what your competitors are not able to provide to your audience, know their pain points and keep yourself in their shoes and then think about all the solutions. Write your primary goal. Why are you creating this content? For whom you are creating this content? Make your why very, very clear. List down all the benefits in your content. People, your audience wants to know how your content can add value in their lives. If you're only creating a post to sell your products, it's not going to work. The main intention should be to educate your readers, to motivate your readers. You will get to know when you try hard to be salesy. The rule of 80-20. 80% of your content should be to educate your readers and 20% should be about your products. See, it's not wrong to promote your services or products because that's what we do for a living, but you have to maintain a balance. I've already stressed on the power of storytelling. People connect with stories. Even if you don't have your own story to tell, you can use other people's stories. There is no harm in it. But learn the art of storytelling. It is going to benefit you a lot. Break macro content into micro content. For example, I have created this video on how to create a blog post. Now I am going to create smaller forms of content to help my specific audience. Like for example, not everyone wants to know the whole topic. Some of my audience just wants to know how to create a blog outline. So these small forms of content would serve their purpose. Last but not the least, don't just wait, just publish it. Nobody is perfect. If you keep waiting for the perfection, it's not going to happen. If you have covered all the points I stated above, now it's time to publish. All the best. So this was my strategy to create a killer content. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll come again with something valuable to share with you all. Bye.